What is up, guys? It's been quite a while since I've made a video, but I figured that today is a perfect opportunity to make a video for you guys. And yeah, I'm just gonna be working on the 240, but I know some other 240 owner has probably had this problem. So today we're gonna be fixing my leaky injector. As you can see right here, this is the problem. It's leaking right there. I'm not sure exactly where it's leaking from, but I know for a fact it's leaking from the number 2 injector. The rest are all dry, and this one is leaking. I think it's leaking from the top. The top cap is tight, so pretty sure it's the O-rings. It doesn't hurt to do the O-rings, and I'm like 99% sure it's the O-rings because I replaced this injector because it's my old one. Kind of just died out of nowhere and it's having a slight misfire, so I swapped this one. I lubed it up a little, but I did reuse the O-rings, which you're not supposed to do. So this is what ended up happening. So now I'm just gonna put all new O-rings on all of them. If you guys have the same issue that I am with these screws being stubborn, what I'm doing, and it's working pretty well, getting a screwdriver, putting it right here, and then with a hammer, holding it with one hand and hitting it right here on the edge. What that does is, one, it serves almost like an impact, and it kind of just loosens it by like the shock of you hitting it. And two, it helps dig the screwdriver deeper into the screw. That way you have less chances to round it out. The second thing I want to recommend is putting all your weight. What I mean is stand over here and literally lean over and put all of your weight into it and turn it at the same time. And that way you don't strip it, because if you go like this and you turn it like that, you're gonna strip it for sure. So I got the injectors out. What I did is I let them sit with WD-40 overnight. I grabbed some vice grips, got them pretty tight, and I just wiggled it side to side a lot. And then once I felt like they were pretty loose, I went side to side like this and pulled it out at the same time. Now the first one, I pulled it out so hard that I dropped it on the ground, so I don't know if it's gonna work. But I'm gonna try to test them before I put them back in. But before I even do that, I'm gonna clean them. As you can see, they are black. They should not be black. The plastic's black, but the little filters should not be black. So I'm just gonna get some carb cleaner and soak them, and we'll see how dirty this gets. I got a clear container. It's crazy to think that all this came out of these 4 tiny little injectors. Now, this isn't even a professional cleaning. This is just me with some carb cleaner. So I can't imagine with some professional cleaning all the dirt and debris that would come out of them. Now I know you can clean these with some carb cleaner and lines and stuff like that, but these are side feed, so these aren't like your traditional top feed ones. I know how to do the top feed ones. The side feed is probably a little bit more tricky. I haven't even done research, but yeah, you can see this is the one that was leaking. This is why it was leaking, because the O-ring is tore up. But yeah, now these are somewhat cleaner than they were at least. Now I'm gonna take these O-rings off, put the new O-rings on, and hopefully toss them in the car with no leaks. I got the injectors here with all the new O-rings. I used a combination of letting them soak in WD-40 all night and some Vaseline. And yeah, I think I'm ready to throw them in. So it looks like letting them soak in WD-40 all night did not work. I think what ended up happening is one of two things, or both. These were cheap O-rings, and that's why they ripped as soon as I installed them. It's not focusing. Or they just soaked up so much fluid that they just became kind of like squishy, like gummy bears or something, and ripped as soon as I installed them. So what I did is I went to O-rings and things here in Fontana. If you guys are local, you guys can hit them up. Super cheap. I got all the O-rings for literally $4 when I paid $15 for the O-rings for these. So yeah, I should have just done that, but I didn't know about that place until this morning. So went to go get new O-rings, and I tossed one on because I was like, if they're gonna rip again, might as well just waste one and figure out what I'm doing wrong. So I installed one of them, the number 2 injector, and I turned it on right now, and the rest leak except for that one. So now I know that the O-rings are good. So now I'm gonna take them all out again and put all new. Now I know not to use WD-40 and use just some grease to get them in. And yeah, shouldn't be too hard since I just took these off. The screws are tight, but they're not super tight like they've been on there for the past 30 years. And they come out with a flathead screwdriver, super simple. I don't have to pry or pull anything, so it shouldn't be too hard. Well, she's now running. She's running very smooth and not leaking. I did have a problem where I would rev the car. I'll just show you guys. I would rev the car from just to idle like this, and it would burp up to, you know, wherever I needed to rev it, or however much I would rev it. Let's just say 2,500, and it would kind of stall out and go to like 500, and then just slowly creep back up to right around like 900 RPM. And I noticed it doesn't do that anymore. Let me show you. So I just quickly and it just goes back to the 800, 900 where it should be. Whereas before, you would rev it and it would almost like stall out, the car would shake big time. And I thought it was the idle air control valve, so I was gonna take that out and clean it. And I might still do that because it doesn't hurt. But I think it was just the fuel injectors. I did clean a bunch of gunk off of them. And yeah, it doesn't look like they're leaking, but I did get extra O-rings just in case they do leak, because there is that one and that one that I didn't switch out the O-rings because those two weren't leaking. It was just these two middle ones. But I'm probably still gonna take those out and throw the new seals that I have here, since the WD-40 really like ripped the O-rings, or either they're just cheap ones, I'm not sure. So now I went with some quality high temperature O-rings made specifically for fuel injection system. So I'm probably gonna take those two out and do that, but I'll do that off video. I just wanted to show you guys that the car is running and all of that good stuff. 240's back on the road. It's super filthy because I haven't washed it or driven it in about like 3 weeks, and with these California fires, the ash is just like stuck on the car, so it looks gray. But yeah, I gotta do an oil change just because I know when the injector was leaking, I don't know if any fuel went in the oil, but I definitely don't want to risk it. So it's just idling right now, but I haven't been driving it. I did drive it up and down the street a little bit, but nothing that'll really mess it up. I doubt any gas got in there, but I did an oil change about like 2,000 miles ago, so it doesn't really hurt to do a oil change. Plus, I want to run a little bit thicker oil since it's getting a little hotter out, and I do drift this car quite a bit. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to do an oil change. I don't think I'm going to film that because it's just an oil change. But yeah, there will be a lot more videos on the truck. I don't really want to show you guys what's going on, but yeah, I just wanted to get this video out just in case anyone has any questions or anyone's having any of the same issues. Yeah, sorry about the wind noise, but yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys are excited to see more hard body content back there. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.